In late 2025, a storm of civil unrest swept across Azad Jammu and Kashmir, shaking the very foundations of Pakistan's governance. This wasn't just a protest, it was a reckoning. For 6 days, from September 29th to October 4th, thousands of ordinary citizens took to the streets in cities like Muzaffarabad and Mirpur. Their message was clear, born from years of frustration. They were protesting crippling inflation, sky-high electricity bills, and a dire shortage of wheat. But what started as a cry for economic justice quickly became a powerful challenge to a system they saw as corrupt and oppressive. The movement, led by the Jammu-Kashmir Joint Awami Action Committee, exposed the deep cracks in Pakistan's hybrid civil-military rule over the region. While JK is nominally autonomous, its policies and leaders have long been heavily influenced by Islamabad and the military establishment in Rawalpindi. This pattern of control, stretching back to military dictators like Ayub Khan and Zia-ul-Haq, has consistently prioritized national security over the region's democratic and economic health. Faced with this massive public uprising, the local JK government, led by Prime Minister Chaudhry Anwar-ul-Haq, chose confrontation over conversation. Instead of listening, they responded with force. Reports emerged of mass arrests, the use of live ammunition, and, most chillingly, the application of anti-terrorism laws against peaceful demonstrators. To silence the growing dissent, the administration imposed a complete information blackout. The internet was shut down, social media was blocked, and media outlets were censored. These actions, carried out without any judicial approval, were widely condemned by human rights organizations as a flagrant violation of constitutional freedoms. The blackout didn't just hide the truth. It created fear and confusion, isolating the people of JK from the rest of the world. At the federal level, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's government was slow to react, only stepping in after the violence had already escalated. This delayed response was seen by many as a sign of indifference, a failure to uphold the state's duty to protect its citizens. Meanwhile, the powerful Pakistan Army, under General Asim Munir, maintained a public silence. While paramilitary forces were on the ground, the army itself stayed back, avoiding a direct confrontation that could have led to international condemnation and further alienated a public already wary of military overreach. Some analysts saw this as a strategic retreat, a calculated move to preserve the army's image during a time of national economic instability. However, activists on the ground told a different story. With unverified claims of digital manipulation and behind-the-scenes coercion aimed at breaking the protests' leadership, the protesters' demands went to the heart of the region's political rot. They called for subsidized food and electricity, an end to the lavish privileges enjoyed by ministers, and a reform of the political system itself. The government's eventual surrender was a landmark moment. On October 4th, a peace accord was signed, conceding to nearly all of the protesters' demands. This included financial compensation for victims, government jobs for their families, and the withdrawal of all cases against demonstrators. It was hailed as a historic victory for the people, a testament to the power of disciplined, unified civil resistance. So, why did the establishment, with all its power, ultimately back down? The answer lies in a perfect storm of factors. First, the widespread use of digital media made traditional censorship almost impossible. The truth was getting out. Second, years of economic hardship had destroyed the government's credibility. People were simply too desperate to be silenced. Finally, the strategic location of JK right on the sensitive line of control made a full-blown military crackdown too risky. In the end, the 2025 JK crisis revealed a governance model in decay, fragile, inefficient, and unable to command public trust. It showed that when citizens unite for their rights, they can challenge even the most entrenched powers. The question now is whether this becomes a template for future nationwide change or remains an isolated victory. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more deep dives into the events shaping our world.